So you said you were trans. I asked what that means.
Yeah.
And you said you're transitioning.
Yeah.
So transitioning is a verb. This is something you're doing. And by transitioning, you're taking testosterone. Mm-hmm. I have a mic here, so it's okay.
Oh, okay. Chill.
But I want to know what being transgender means.
Yeah.
Because I respect you, I'm not going to lie to you.
The thing is, since you are
I'm not going to lie to you.
me, you're disrespecting
Because
me.
all these people
You're not
lying
even
to
capable of
society.
answering a question.
What's your name, man?
Chris, Billboard Chris.
Chris. My name is Vincent.
Peter.
Peter?
Yes.
Right? Okay, great. My pronouns are he, him. So just letting y'all know that. By the way, turn around for me real quick. Can you show
a human
them?
male?
This is fun.
Yeah. No, I just want to see because I couldn't see it earlier. That's why. Human male who protects his kids from gender ideology.
Yes,
Okay,
that's correct. And do you want to read that one since you read the other one?
No, yeah. Children cannot consent to puberty blockers.
Correct.
Love that. Billboardchris.com. Okay,
Yes.
okay. Just making sure that I know like what's going on. Just because I'm not from here, I'm actually from Texas. I have been trans for a very long time.
So what does that mean?
I am 24, so if you want to guess how long.
No, what does being trans mean?
Being trans is a very specific thing for me. For me, I am transitioning to female to male. And,
Okay, so
no.
But transition
I'm
is
not
something
done.
you do, not something you are.
The thing
So what is being trans
The thing
mean?
is, here I am coming on to answer your question to the fullest extent, right?
Okay.
So I'm actually going to answer your question
Okay.
before you ask another.
Okay, if I want clarity, I'll come back to you.
Exactly. Thank
Yeah.
you. I appreciate that, Chris.
Good stuff.
Basically, I am female transitioning to male, so that means that I have been going under social transition for a very long time, and I've also been taking not puberty blockers because I'm not that young. I know my skin may seem that I'm young, but I'm not that young, you guys. I've been taking testosterone for about 5 years now. And, my transition is what it is.
And you're 24?
I am 24. Yeah,
So you start at what age?
I started at 19. Well, actually, I started puberty whenever I was taking testosterone at 20.
So you were not a minor?
No, I was not a minor.
Can I come back to something?
Yeah, go ahead and ask your question.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you said you were trans. I asked what that means.
Yeah.
And you said you're transitioning.
Yeah.
So transitioning is a verb. This is something you're doing. And by transitioning, you're taking testosterone. I have a mic here, so it's okay.
Oh, okay. Chill.
But I want to know what being transgender means.
Yeah.
I will say first, I wanted to do like a little introduction before I got on here.
So you don't want to answer the question?
No, I will.
Because I'm used to people playing these games with me.
Well, I will 100%.
I'm going to keep coming back to it.
Answer the question.
And
I'm
we'll see
also
if you
from
can answer
Texas.
it.
Where are you from, Chris?
Because no one's ever been able to answer this question.
Where
And
are
I've
you
asked it
from?
thousands of times.
Where are you from?
Vancouver.
Vancouver? Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Where are you from, Peter?
Massachusetts. Just to answer the question.
Massachusetts.
That'd be
okay,
great.
cool. I'm from Texas.
She doesn't want to answer
Right?
the question because she
Okay.
can't answer the question.
I'm from Texas. My pronouns are he, him. I am from Texas.
I thought they were she, him.
And no, I am from Texas, and
changed.
so I've been here
They're
for
fluid.
since March. And I was just wondering, I was asking your camera guy here, who's really lovely.
That's Reid.
I'm in TV and film myself, and so I've been looking for a lot of different type of stuff to do. And when I see stuff like this, I'm really curious about how you hire people, right? So I see him over here. He's a day hire.
That's
Hello there.
Angel.
Really cool. Hi, Angel.
His
nice
friend
to
is
meet
a
you,
virgin.
man.
We got him to
I
a
love
virgin.
your glasses, by the way.
So could you answer the question?
Okay, so we're not going to waste
So
time here
I-
today on
I'm-
these little games.
I'm doing an intro.
No, we're not doing an intro because we're controlling this conversation.
Okay, cool.
So if you can't answer what being transgender is, we're
give
done.
me 20 seconds. You gave everybody else multiple
You've got 20
times.
seconds, then I want to hear what
I've
being
got 20
transgender
seconds.
is.
You can time me. I'm a canvasser. I'll bring out my phone
Good
too.
stuff.
So basically, I have been here for a very short period of time, and what I was trying to say to you, putting 20 seconds on the clock, by the way. I have
Started
been
8
here.
seconds ago.
Okay, cool. You can take time off of me. Basically, I've been here since March, and puberty blockers literally do not exist in Texas. So whenever you had this question,
seconds is up.
I was, it's 14 seconds.
You started at 6 seconds
So
late.
basically, this guy over here was talking to me, and he was like,
That's
hey,
Reid.
He was like, hey, Reid, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So what does
This
being
guy, by the
transgender
way.
mean?
So
What word,
being
second word?
transgender.
Yeah.
Okay, so we exceeded. If y'all want to kick me out, you can, but I will say,
Please answer the question.
If you decide to kick people out whenever they are like, kind of getting to the question.
Thank you very
I'm
much.
from Texas, so
You didn't answer the
I
question.
talk a little bit longer.
Okay.
So I've been doing this
we're
5
done.
years, and
We're
I say
done.
all the time, I've never been able to get an answer to the question, what is a transgender
You
person?
could have had a huge platform and let everybody
And
know
once
what you
again-
believe.
You gave that other guy
They've
before
demonstrated
you.
they
He
have
asked
no
you a
answer.
direct question.
All she's trying
Why
to
not
do
just
is
answer the
waste our
question?
time.
But
And
why
the
not
thing
answer
is,
the question?
I'm a transgender adult person.
why not
and y'all
answer the
keep
question?
misgendering me the entire time. So y'all don't
Why
care
not
about trans
answer the
I'm the only one
question.
properly
No.
gendering you here. You're
Why
misgendering
not?
yourself.
Why not
You're not
answer the
using
question?
him.
You're
Well,
not
that's because
answering.
you're a
Why
woman.
not? You're answering
And
the
thing
question.
is, if this is showing up on Indeed or Staff Me Up or anything
Why?
like that,
But why didn't
I
you answer
feel
the
like
question?
you guys should
Why
be,
didn't
like,
you answer the question?
Literally, I hope people throw like tomatoes at y'all because it's so disgusting the way that I'm in
Violence.
film and TV.
Violence.
Y'all don't care
Always
about me or
violence.
about my rights.
Yeah.
So if we were all on the same TV show, y'all wouldn't give
So
a shit
you don't
about
know the
women
answer to the
or-
question.
No,
What
if she
the
did, she
question
would have
is-
given it.
You don't even know the. I don't even remember the question
You're a
anymore.
woman. You don't get to determine whether I get to acknowledge reality
you
or
don't care
not.
about trans people.
You are a
literally
female.
don't care about trans
That's because
people. You try to
it's
act
not that
like,
I don't care about
children,
you,
Children
it's that
cannot
trans people
consent
don't
to puberty
exist.
blockers. Children cannot consent to puberty blockers. Why not say trans people don't exist? Why not that? Why not say trans people don't exist? You have enough room
It's a
to do
decent
that?
sign, actually. I might make one of those.
Okay, do it. Do it because you're not talking about.
There is
people
no
that
such
are
thing as a
actually
transgender
trans.
person.
You're talking about people. You just try to get a little toughed out of people.
So because you
you're
don't
not talking about trans
conform
people.
to what you
If
consider
y'all-
female
if
stereotypes,
you Peter,
you want to call
and
yourself
you,
a different
Chris,
class of human being
If y'all
now?
both cared about trans people, you would care about trans people, and you wouldn't misgender me as I'm doing a conversation with y'all because y'all are actually respectful. And what I'm
Because
hearing,
I
is
respect
y'all
you,
are
I'm not going to
respectful.
lie to you.
The thing is, since you are
I'm not gonna lie to
respecting
you.
me, you're disrespecting
Because
me.
all these
You're
people
not
lying
even
to you in
capable of
society
answering a
are
question.
You're
affirming a
from Vancouver.
delusion.
You're not even
And I'm not
capable.
gonna help your
All right, let's
delusion.
move
Where
on.
are you
Let's
from?
move on.
Where are you
Let's
from?
move on. I'm
No,
done.
because
No, we're
the
done.
thing is, y'all-
Okay, so I want to talk about that woman who wasted our time. I find that fascinating, and I think I want to use that to flesh out a disagreement I think we have.
I don't know. So we talked to this woman. She, at first, I could thought, is she passive aggressive or is she just agreeing? And it was very clear she was passive aggressive. I pretty quickly asked her, what does it mean to be transgender? Because she says she's been transitioning for 5 years. She's been taking testosterone.
That's the verb. But
And
what
that's
does
the
it
verb.
mean? Yeah. So you're yeah.
And I say all the time, transitioning is something you do. It's not something you are. What does it mean to be transgender?
Right.
Because if we're going to tell all these kids that they are transgender, a noun, if we're going to tell them they were born in the wrong body, we should be able to define what this means. What does it mean?
And she wouldn't give you a response.
They
Like she
can't.
did. Okay, but I think our disagreement is why. Why do you think she didn't give a response?
Okay, so let's break down her life as well as we can, just speculating.
Okay.
She's been taking testosterone for 5 years, since she was 19. Clearly, before that in life, something went wrong.
Clearly.
Who knows?
Probably a whole suite of things.
But sexual abuse is very common in a lot of these cases. Who the heck knows? But life wasn't going great for her. And so to escape that pain, which is what these kids and young people are doing, this ideology came along and told her that, well, really, you're trans. It doesn't define it.
and she
it
had a
just says
built-in
you are it.
community.
And you'll find happiness, and you'll be happier if you transition. You'll look more like a man. You'll sound more like a man. And so she's been running with that ever since. And so for her to be able to actually come up with a definition of transgender, which she can't, would be upsetting.
Okay.
Because if you ultimately come to the conclusion that, well, really, it's just because I don't conform to stereotypes and now I'm harming my body.
Okay, but
It's too much for them to
I
confront.
think there's a piece that's missing there. Here's what I think is missing. If I were to say to you about literally anything else, why do you believe that, you would provide a response.
Yeah.
Forget about huge things. Like, this is obviously a life thing. She's clearly thought about it. But if I would say to you, like, why do you wear, no matter what I would say to you, but the fact that she didn't give a response
And didn't even try.
and shows me that she doesn't believe it.
She was just there to waste our time, first of all.
But look, if you wanted people to know something, and you're
So
like,
that's
well,
the disagreement.
why do you think?
You're saying she doesn't believe it.
Like, why do things fall down? And I would say there's gravity. And you say, well, why do you believe in gravity? And you'd say, well, every time in the history of the humanity, when someone's dropped something, it's fallen. Right? So I mean, there's like, you would explain why you believe. Like, it to me that tells me she does not believe it.
So I don't think it's that simple.
Then please tell me what the problem is. What's the mistake in my reasoning?
So I view gender ideology as a cult. And in cults, people believe things without being able to define them all the time. The human mind is very malleable. People are very easily manipulated. And this ideology just comes along and says you are trans.
Okay, but
they see other people in life, they see men cross-dressing,
all right.
They see women on testosterone, and they might say they're happier, and she might say, yeah, I wish I was born a man, so that must mean I'm trans.
But if you look,
but they never put the thought into it.
I teach people never say but, and I'm saying but all the time, but because I have such a strong disagreement with you. Even in cults, they'll say to someone, they have some crazy belief about, aliens or whatever it is, spaceships. You would say, well, why do you believe that? And say, well, it's in scripture. Even they would give a rudimentary, like, I have faith, I know it's true. Even they would give a response. But this single question of what does it mean to be trans, this question is so stultifying that people who live their life around it cannot answer it. And I am forced to conclude they do not believe it.
Okay.
There's some other factor going on.
So let's go bigger picture.
Okay.
Forget about her for a minute. The whole world, millions of people believe in transgenderism.
Okay.
Not one of them can tell you what it means. They cannot tell you what is it that makes somebody trans. They can't define the word. I know because I've asked this so many times.
I would say they wouldn't believe in it. I would say they have a moral intuition or a moral sentiment that's guided by a cultural belief, a zeitgeist, and they say, yes, this is a good thing. But this person is uniquely different because they've actually gone through the process.
Right.
So there's something uniquely different about this person than kids who've just been indoctrinated into gender ideology.
It's just.
I don't think she believes it.
It's one of these things. It's undefinable, and I already hear the objections at home.
I heard them too. Yeah.
So, to address some of these, well, Chris, it's so the textbook definition would be it's someone whose gender identity doesn't match their sex assigned at birth. That's what a leftist would say. Well, that's a circular definition. The next question is, well, what's a gender identity? And this is where they always get stuck. Well, it's just a feeling that you're the opposite sex. Okay, so being a boy is a feeling? Well, no, they know that. I'll say, okay, so what is it that makes someone a girl? Well, girls like long hair, nail polish, and color pink. A woman on the boardwalk in New Jersey told me literally that. I said, okay, if a boy likes nail polish, does that make him a girl? They know that's totally insane. So it's just one of these things that it's a great deception. I say this is one of the greatest lies ever told to humanity. And even the true believers don't really know even what they believe in.
Yeah.
They just believe that people are trans, but they can't define it.
Hey, did you know only half of you watching are subscribed? If you're enjoying the content, hit the subscribe button to keep the videos coming. Thanks.